Hello everyone, welcome back to Bridge is for Everyone. My name's Jad. This is part 12, the final episode of a series explaining the standard American yellow card system of bridge. This video covers the final topic in the SAYC booklet, defensive signals. In this video, we return to section 16 of the SAYC booklet, which explains the rules of card play to be used when playing SAYC. The logically second part of this final section explains the rules for signals. While there are a great many signalling systems in bridge, there are three main types of signals that you will encounter. Attitude signals, which are used to tell partner how you feel about the suit they led. Count signals that tell partner how many cards you have in the suit led. And preference signals that tell partner which suit to lead next. The SAYC booklet specifies the use of attitude signals and count signals, but it makes no mention of preference signals. This implies that preference signals should not be used with SAYC. SAYC uses the high encouraging system for attitude signals. Let's use a simple example to understand what this means. West deals and opens the bidding with 1 no-trump. Partner passes, East bids 3 no-trump, and you pass. West then passes, and partner passes to end the auction. The contract is 3 no-trump by West. Partner leads the King of Diamonds, and East's hand is placed on the table as dummy. For this example, we'll only consider the diamond suit. East has 2 small diamonds. Declarer plays the 2 from dummy. You hold the ace and 2 small diamonds. You know the rules for SAYC leads and apply them to partner's king. As you saw in the previous section, partner must have the ace or the queen, but you have the ace, so partner is marked with the queen. In which case, partner must also have either the jack or the 10. You take the more pessimistic case and assume partner has the 10. You also know that without the jack, partner must also have the 9 of diamonds. In this case, declarer must have the jack. You want to tell partner that you have the ace and to continue leading diamonds. You do this with a positive attitude signal. As I mentioned, SAYC uses the high encouraging system for attitude signals. So you play your highest point card, the 7, and West plays the 5. Partner wins the trick and understands your encouraging signal. Partner leads the 9 of diamonds. This means that your partnership will win all 4 diamond tricks. If you can win an additional trick, you'll have defeated the contract. Without the use of a positive attitude signal, this would be far more difficult. As you just saw, SAYC uses the high encouraging system for attitude signals. This agrees with my explanation in episode 54 of the Learn to Play series. Now let's look at how SAYC uses count signals with an example. This time, East is playing 3 no-trump. Once again, the suit of interest for us is diamonds. You have the ace and 2 small diamonds, just as you did with the previous example. but this time there are 5 diamonds in dummy. As play proceeds, it becomes clear that declarer must make use of dummy's diamonds to make the contract. You and partner do not lead a diamond, forcing declarer to eventually lead the 2 of diamonds towards dummy. You need to prevent declarer from running dummy's diamonds and duck the first diamond trick. You play the 3. Dummy plays the jack, which will win the trick. North cannot win the trick, but can give you valuable information. You need to know how many diamonds declarer has remaining so you know when to use your ace. You need North to give you a count signal. North plays the 4 of diamonds. This is a low diamond, in fact the lowest that you could not already see. As I will explain shortly, this is the beginning of a signal. It tells you that North started with an odd number of diamonds. This could be 1 or 3, but not 2. If North has 1, then declarer has 4, and there is nothing you can do to stop them. But if North has 3 diamonds, which is much more likely, then declarer has only 2. You can play your ace on the next diamond trick and prevent declarer making any further tricks in that suit. In this case, the use of a count signal will limit declarer to 1 diamond trick and should enable you to defeat the contract. As you just saw, SAYC uses a high-low sequence for an even length suit and a low-high for an odd length suit. This is as I teach, although I have not yet made a video on this topic. Look for it in the extension series. There is a final note in the SAYC booklet. It explains the rules for defensive bidding against your opponent's conventions. This applies if your opponents use a bidding convention. Let's assume they use the unusual no-trump convention. You are permitted to use a convention that is specifically designed to counter their convention. You may do this even if your convention is not a part of the SAYC rules. So, in our example where your opponents use the unusual no-trump convention, you may use the unusual versus unusual counter convention. This video completes the series on the SAYC rules. If you have specific questions, please put them in the comments. If there are sufficient questions, I'll make an additional video addressing any points of general interest. Cheers and good luck with your bridge. Thanks for watching this video and the series. If you found it useful, please consider subscribing to this channel. Until next time, this is Jad reminding you that bridge is for everyone.